Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen. Today we've got a reading for you about somebody who has been kind of ignoring the situation in front of them. We've got Lovers in the reverse and the Two of Swords in the reverse. Someone who doesn't really want to admit that there is a bit of a fork in the road. They have to choose, do I want to invest in this or do I want to pursue that? Now, of course, this could pretty easily lend itself to a situation where someone is considering two different love interests, but this could also be about, do I choose to do what others expect of me, or do I choose to do what makes me happy? So there's a little bit of like making a pros and cons list, trying to figure out, what is the thing that will make me not regret this decision? But there's also this resistance to having to make the decision to begin with. So I feel like we have a little bit of back and forth and a little bit of escapism. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time or lot. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. You can get more shorts, more videos, with less live chat in it, if you want a more concentrated reading. I think we need the Poe Tarot today. Yes, we do. All right, what else do we have about this person who doesn't want to make a choice? It's kind of looking like if they don't make a choice gets made for them. All right, so we've got the Queen of Candles or the Queen of Wands, the Hanged One, and the Ace of Quills or Ace of Swords. The Queen of Wands says, "O lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why and what art thou dreaming here? Sure thou art come o'er far off seas, a wonder to these garden trees." And we have the Hanged One or the Hanged Man. "There are two bodies, the rudimental and the complete, corresponding with the two conditions of the worm and the butterfly." So the question is, right, are you going to stay with what everything around you seems to offer, even though it isn't really what you want? Or are we going to lean into this Queen of Wands energy that you possess? Maybe this is somebody that you know, it doesn't have to be you. And pursue that thing that is a little bit more difficult, or make that decision to, maybe it's about taking on extra work. Maybe it's about believing that you can trust someone. But the facts are being considered, and I think the decision is a little bit intimidating. If you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered. So I know I need to make a choice, but I really can't. I know that by tomorrow I need to have a decision or a plan, but I don't. Whoops, I forgot. All right, this is the Witch's Tarot. Let's see what else we've got for you. Hello, is it Adis? How are you doing? Good call me, Carmen. What else do we have? I might not be able to show you all these cards, just so you know, the Witch's Tarot has some nudity that YouTube does not appreciate. We've got the Seven of Cups, the Six of Swords in the reverse, and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. This looks like if someone doesn't make a choice, they end up losing something. Things get more difficult. So if you don't make a choice between the two things that you are offered, then you may end up with none of them. You may end up asking, wait, where did all those options go? Where'd you go? All right. It's like somebody, I don't know, kind of like loses the magnetism or that allure that draws opportunities or people in. Prince of Swords or the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles. So you have an opportunity for something to be what you want it to be. But this is like, the window of opportunity is small, you know? It's not one of those like, oh, we have like a mountain view, we have to make like a whole wall of windows. The window of opportunity that you have is more like the window that they have in a bathroom where it's like, we just need some ventilation in here, but there's really not a view. It's like a gas station over there. That's the window of opportunity that you have. So you have to take advantage of it, right? Hello, Saima. Hello, Rick. Oh, I hope you do soon, Kevin. Hello, Susan. Hello, Angel. What's going on? Hello, Chris. What's up? We have the Seeker and the Two of Swords in the reverse again, because remember, we already had that up here at the very beginning. This is saying, make a choice or a choice gets made for you. And wouldn't you rather be like able to influence the course of your own life? Wow, okay, this is getting a little bossy in here. All right, what else do we need to know? The Two of Pentacles. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Nope, I'm wrong. Hold on, you guys. This might be the Two of Cups. It does this thing where it tells me what number it is, see at the top there? But then I have to like look at the card and figure it out. I think we've got... I think we've got 2 cups that this lady has. Why are they so far apart? This is saying basically there is something amazing that happens to you, but it is not easy. You have to scale a mountain. Maybe that's what I was talking about a mountain view earlier. You have to scale a mountain to get what you want. So do you have the right shoes on? Do you? Are you wearing a dress? Not advisable in this situation. This is like, you can, I feel this is love. Maybe there is an opportunity that is easier, like, oh, you know, you live right up the street, you maybe aren't exactly my type, but like, at least it's convenient. But this other person, you know, they're way on the other side of town. It's more difficult, but there's more of a connection. This card, oh my goodness, okay. I cannot show you this card. I think it came out the other day too. We've got the King of Pentacles. All right, so you have a choice to make. Queen of Wands. Do you want to be the Queen of Wands or do you want to be the Queen of Wands in the reverse? Oh, don't make me say that. Okay, there's this quote from a Brad Pitt movie. Please know that I'm not trying to be offensive in it, but it does seem to fit the situation. Oh gosh, I feel real bad. Okay, there's a line where Brad Pitt says, are you a Mexican or a Mexicant? If you are Mexican, please know I personally adore Mexican culture because I lived in Cuernavaca, La Lagunilla for a while, okay? Like, I'm not trying to be offensive. But this is someone who's being asked, like, are you going to do this? Or are you just going to pretend like you don't actually have this amazing opportunity in front of you, right? Hello, Demian. How are you doing? Hello, Unknown. No, I'm not. Hello, Hebe. I'm going to put you in just a little baby timeout because it seems like you like to spam. If you would like to come back in 5 minutes and not spam, that would be real cool. Otherwise, you can keep it moving. What up, Kigit? How are you doing? Hello, Archit. What's up? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out if I can show you part of this card because it is risque. All right, I'm covering her, I believe. But we are talking like zero clothing here. This is the Strength card. We've got, which is normally with like a woman showing that they're capable of managing the situation. Does not mean that you have to be a woman. And taming a lion, right? And then the Five of Cups. So you have this ability to let go of something that has been a block. You have this opportunity to move forward with something that will enrich your life. This could impact your love life, your living situation, and your money. But it requires that you let go of something from your past. Now, this could be trauma. This could be needing to forgive someone. This could be blocking an ex. This could be just like actually having a positive, hopeful energy towards this connection instead of expecting it to go sideways, right? Demian, I do personal questions after the general reading, which is usually about 30 or 35 minutes in. We're at 10 minutes right now. And I do prioritize those who tip or donate. You can also donate a membership. Otherwise, I have long form private readings, and you can email me about that. That starts at $40 USD. Hello, Solo. How are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry you're not in a good mood today. That's all right, though. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. No problem. What else do we have? The Ace of Wands. I can hardly read you. And Temperance. Ah, yes. See, you are right on the cusp of this amazing situation. But something is like calling you back. It's almost like a siren. Like if you just like don't listen to it, you're like gonna be fine. But something's like, are you sure you want to actually change? Are you sure you believe in that? Are you sure that that could actually be a good thing? Or are you just like kind of pretending that this is a good thing? It's negative thoughts, right? And the Eight of, what are you, Wands? Eight of Wands in the reverse. Huh. Okay, so are you going to do it, or are you going to pretend like you don't realize that there's an opportunity in front of you? They're not being very nice. I'm sorry, you guys. They're just out here just calling you out like, let's do this. Do you want to be with this person? Okay, then focus on them. Maybe your choice is, you know, do you want to be working all of the time, or do you want to invest in something that could be important? Do you want to be with someone because, you know, it's like easy and they're not going to ask very much of you? Or do you want to be in a partnership with somebody who does challenge you to be your best self, you know? Hello, Mama Tuck. Happy to do that for you. Feel free to super chat or email me for a reading. Yes, exactly. So we've got the Five of Potions or Five of Cups in the reverse, which I like because we were literally just calling you out on the Five of Cups, right? Can't be thinking back on the other things that happened, or, you know, is that gonna always be a problem? Will I ever be able to be happy in something new? I feel like we have somebody who's saying, you know what, I think I'm ready to let go of that situation. I'm ready to forgive that person. I'm ready to look at new romantic interests without assuming they're going to, like, you know, be like the last one or the last like five or whatever. Oh, thank you, Mama Duck. Let me write your name down. If you have a specific question, I will keep my eyes peeled for it. In general, super helpful if you include it with the super chat so it pops out. Otherwise, if you're just tipping to be a sweetheart, let me know and I'll probably do a free question for someone else at the end. Thank you, Lemonade. Yeah, we got some interesting ones. Yes, the past is in the past. I agree. So the Ace of Wands indicates forward movement. I know that I want something different, and this could be that something different. For some of you, it could be a new job, but the Hierophant seems to be a little bit more of a confirmation that we have somebody thinking, hey, this could be it. This could be the person that I'm meant to be with. Seven of Pumpkins or Seven of Pentacles. We have the Strength card again with a little bit more clothing. And the Hierophant. I don't want to wonder what would have happened if I had actually pursued this thing that I want. So I'm going to actually pursue this thing that I want. I'm not going to give up that easily. I love her expression on this card. It's like, just try to stop me. I know what I'm going to do. All right, what else? The Page of Candles, she's back. The Page of Wands. I feel like this is, okay, you know what? I probably need to take action. I need to communicate, or I need to deal with this. Or I might end up missing that window of opportunity and then question, what did I just sacrifice? What did I just walk away from? Probably need to reprioritize. Hello, Robert. How are you doing? Ooh, I sure hope so, Mama Duck. If this is, I think it is probably your first time, I start those personal questions at about 30 or 35 minutes in, which is approximately, I would give it about 16 minutes. You're welcome to hang out until then, but you would be the first one. Will my life get better? And if you all in the live chat are able to send some positive energy towards Mama Duck in hopes that life gets better, I would appreciate that. Ooh, Shambhala, you told me your real name. I'm trying to remember. You told me. I know you did. I'm sorry. I can't remember. Don't be mad at me. Hello, Cyber Johnny. How are you doing? Sundar, thank you. Okay, sorry about that. I try. I really try. All right, so we've got the Five of Pumpkins, or the Five of Pentacles, clarifying that Five of Cups in the reverse. I feel like you're walking away from this. Yes. Okay, I'm proud of you. High five. The highest of fives to you. You're like, you know what? You're right, Carmen. I don't need to be worrying about that no contact person. I don't need to be worrying about that job that didn't go well, or, you know, that path or that social group. For many of you, I feel like this is a relationship, you know? I really wanted that to work out. I wanted that to be, you know, the one I spent my life with. But if it didn't work out, that's okay. I learned something from that situation, and I learned something about myself. And now I can move forward and have a healthier relationship with someone. I feel like you're meeting someone, or you're already like kind of aware of someone being what you're looking for. We have the Queen of Wands again. We had that at the beginning, both in the upright and the reverse. I feel like this is like how Stella got her groove back. That's such an old movie. Gosh, that's got to be like 25 years, maybe? But we've got somebody here who's like, you know what? Yeah, if this is something that could actually go the distance, then why would I want to like run away and be scared? I've got to at least try and see if this is going to work out. How's it going? Oh, you have. Hello, James. How's it going? You don't, are you saying you don't like it? We've got the Six of Pumpkins, the Seven of Lightning, or Seven of Swords in the reverse, the Four of Candles in the reverse, and the Eight of Lightning, or Eight of Swords. So if I want to get that amazing relationship, if I want to be with somebody who is authentic and ability to be vulnerable is there, they're emotionally mature, then I have to also offer that information or that access. I have to also be authentic. So I feel like we have somebody whose guard's coming down, and they're basically saying, I think this could be a really good relationship. I'm letting go of somebody from the past, and I'm focusing on you. The Four of Wands in the reverse and the Eight of Swords is a little bit concerning. I feel like this is somebody who makes some progress and then falls back into, oh, I don't know, is this really what I want? So forgive yourself if that happens. If you're like, oh, maybe I do, just keep yourself on the right track, right? We don't really get far with just, I don't know, like hanging out with the misery or blaming ourselves. Look for the actions that you can take to get you out of a situation, as opposed to making it more difficult for yourself, right? What do we want? We're going to go with the Tarot of the Nile. Hello, Spiritual Healer. How are you doing? All right, gotcha, James. What else do we have? We have the Six of Wands in the reverse, the High Priestess, and Judgment. You're calling it. You're saying, okay, this thing from the past, it's no longer going to have a hold over me. It's no longer going to be that thing that can prevent me from getting into a relationship. It may even be that you had some misconception that you couldn't really ever be in a healthy relationship because of how you were raised or the examples you were given or how you were treated in your last relationship. But for many of you, this is letting go of how someone made you feel or the expectation that something else might happen from somebody that did not treat you very well. You're like, you know what? If I have this opportunity, this small window of opportunity to be with somebody that would actually be a very good partner, then I don't want to come across as just kind of like half interested. Hello, Danny. How you doing? So we have the Ten of Cups and the Empress in the reverse. So if I am working towards this Ten of Cups and I had my heart broken because someone didn't want to be emotional, I'm not going to transfer that trauma or that heartbreak to somebody else by pretending that I'm looking for this as well, and then failing to be emotionally available or mature with that person, or talking about the emotions that I have. So good for you. This is some solid introspection and acknowledging that there is still some block here, but that you have the ability to address it, that you have the ability to like walk away from that, right? I am, thank you. Wow, the fire energy here is pretty strong. So we could have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries in your chart or your person's chart. But to come out with the Queen of Wands so frequently, I think literally every deck, yeah, pretty much points to some passionate or fire energy, right? But when you make this decision, know that it doesn't mean that you're never going to have an issue. You're never, going to have a problem with this person. It means that you're choosing to let go of the things that made it more difficult for you to have this kind of a relationship with someone, even if it makes you feel a little bit anxious, even if you're like, well, it'd been working out real well. I keep people like super far away from me. I didn't have any heartbreak in the last 6 months, Carmen. I didn't have any drama. You still have to be able to take a chance on someone who's actually shown up or who is coming through as very authentic or interested in you, having good intentions. Don't let that pass you by, right? This is the Fairy Lenormand. Let's see what else we've got for you. What else? We have number 12, which is the birds. This talks about communication. The mice, number 23, talks about loss. And the tree, mental strength, emotional maturity. I feel like this is saying I'm communicating to someone from my past. Maybe it's just a block. Maybe it's saying, I've released this person. I'm not going to like be hung up on this person anymore. Maybe this is I'm talking to a close friend and getting some advice and realizing that it's really, like it would break my heart if I lost this new person. So I need to let go of that feeling of lack where I expect bad things to happen and allow space for a really healthy, happy relationship to happen. Hello, Omar. Hello, Third Eye. How are we doing? Hello, Steven. Oh, I hope that changes for you, James. What else? We've got the bouquet and the woman. A reference perhaps to that Empress in the reverse. I need to appreciate that feminine side, which is more so about that like caring, loving, compassionate energy. I think we've got someone saying, look, I see what I want in a relationship with this person, so I'm going to make sure I don't do anything to fumble. I'm going to make sure that I am able to do those things that lay a strong foundation for that connection. This is the Love Oracle. Hello, do angels, how are you? I didn't say hello to you, Lemonade. Oh, I suppose it was just thanking you for when you like swooped in. What else do we have? I hope you're having a good day. Ooh, we've got abandoned and intuition and second chance. I feel like you shut down somebody from your past. You know that you can't really go back to that. You know that you've learned too much about what you need. So this feels to me like, you know, if this is how that person is comfortable treating someone that I know they care about, then maybe that just means that I have to appreciate the time that I've had with that person and let go, forgive, move on, right? So when they come back around, it does kind of feel like the window of opportunity is the new person, not this other person. Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons, and beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted. This person from your past appreciates a lot about you, but I don't feel like they recognized it or communicated it to you. This is someone who is more so kind of threatened by that. And they do seem to repeat the patterns from their previous relationships, falling into, you know, maybe more toxic patterns or suppressing their emotions, not wanting to communicate as clearly. This new person, they have more depth. They're making it clear that they see the value of your connection. And they wouldn't look at it as they're stuck with you. They wouldn't look at it as they are, you know, tethered. So you feel, I think, more empowered to make this decision after some introspection. Maybe you feel like you don't really have a decision because you haven't communicated to this person in a long time. But it may be as simple as for you to accept, I think I'm okay with that being done. I think I'm okay with that unfinished business or whatever it is actually being marked complete in my book, right? Because you want to see what happens with this person that has a little bit more depth, a little bit more ability to communicate what's going on, right? Hello, Carven Shurindar? How do I say this? Is it the whole thing that I say? Can I call you Carvens? Carven Surrender? Did I do it right? I'm sorry. I probably messed that up. Thank you. We have ecstasy, chasing thrills, excitement, and good time. The problem is this person from your past is not necessarily looking for that 10 of cups. I think you know that. So don't mess up the opportunity for a real 10 of cups with somebody because someone from your past is trying to make sure they don't actually lose you. It ain't worth it. All right, let's get a few from the Hidden Truth Oracle. Probably going to be some insight into this past situation. It was my fault, but I blamed you. I can't stop thinking about you. Oh, now they want to say that they love you. That, for many of you, this was someone who did not say this. I feel you leaving me behind, but they know that there's somebody else here, or they know there's a really great chance that someone else is going to be interested in you and swoop in, right? Oh, you don't have to give me too much detail, but thank you, Carmen. It's very similar to my name. It's kind of amazing. Hey, what's up, James? I do not know, but wherever she is, I hope she's having a good day. We have, I regret lying to you, and I wish I could take back my words. So this could be a little bit of too little, too late. Not realizing that they should have had this conversation with you long ago, but because they think there's some risk of losing you, or maybe even because you block them, and then they feel you're actually leaving them behind, that might create some sort of impetus for them to contact you. But I don't think they're in the right place to offer you any kind of relationship, not like the new person. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. I think they're going to try to make you feel guilty and ask you to continue to wait for them. But you know what I'm going to say, right? You know how I feel about that, right? I feel like I say the same things. If this person isn't ready for you at this point and the new person is like, hey, you know, all those things that person wasn't going to do for you, I can do that. Why are you going to go back to the other person? I don't think you are. This is the Kipper. And then we're going to start on those personal questions, okay? Thank you, Lemonade. I do indeed. All right, so we've got the message card. This is saying you've got to be able to communicate the boundaries that you need or make it clear that you are focused on this new person, or you might miss out and lose the new person, the person who was actually capable of loving you in the way that you would like to be loved, not in this like non-committal, like, I can't say that, you know, lame way. There's change here. It could be a change of address. It could also be a change in dance partner, you know? Community. I think this is about hearing that you are interested in someone else. So this person from your past feels like they need to message you. Resist the ex. This person is not interested in doing right by you. They are interested in not losing you and not having to do the work to keep you. So the new person seems to be genuine, and you just have to make sure that you're clear about what direction you're going. Thank you, Matt. Hello, Angela. How are you doing? Thank you, Luis. I hope you find that helpful. We're going to dig into Mama Duck's question real quick. We've got, will my life get better? Sure hope so. I like it. Hello, Miss Pittsburgh. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good one. All right. Will Mama Duck's life get better? 7 of Cups. Queen of Wands in the reverse. 6 of Wands. Why the Queen of Wands in the reverse? World in the reverse. Wow. Okay. So my question to you, Mama Duck, is, does this reading, like the general reading, resonate for you? Because this is straight up saying there is something that you've left unresolved that you could, like, you know, the way I see it is putting something in a trash bag and taking it out. Now, today is literally garbage day for me, and I just took my garbage out, so that's probably what it is. And I'm not trying to say that anybody in your life is trash. I'm just saying there's something here that is blocking your life from getting better, and I feel like it's a person with negative energy, someone who could be jealous. Does not have to be a female, but they're coming through as the Queen of Wands in the reverse, much like in our reading. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse, and we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So there's a call to action here that says basically your life improves when you make sure that that toxic person is no longer in your inner circle. Now, the problem here is I feel like this is somebody who plays a little dirty. This is somebody who would probably talk very negatively about you. King of Wands. This is like someone who would be like, okay, so you want us to like be enemies now if we're not friends? But the Knight of Pentacles tells me your intuition would be able to guide you to make the changes that you need to not let this person impact your life. No contact is a requirement with this person for things to move forward in your life. Once you block this person or remove them from your life, it's like you'll notice things shifting like right away. And you'll probably also get a pretty angry response from this person. The thing is, they're blocking what is meant for you as far as abundance or good karma because their negative energy is so strong. It's just, they would take the good things that come your way anyways, or find a way to ruin it. So it's really important to be aware of who is around you and what their intentions are. Thank you, Louise. Let me get a different tarot deck for you. This is the Waite Smith. Hello, Idris. How are you doing? Hello, Valis. Hello, Thomas. Where'd you send it? You know that's not how it notifies me, right? Hello, Hussein. All right. We got to figure out what's going on in February for Luis. What does Luis need to know about February? Three of Swords in the reverse, Nine of Wands, and the Five of Cups in reverse. I see you letting go of some frustrating or regrettable situation, protecting your peace or making sure that you're not dealing with somebody that is purposefully trying to make things difficult for you. Why the Six of Wands in the reverse? There's an opportunity in February for you to address some financial concern, improve the foundation or the sense of security that you have. It could even be as simple as making sure you change your passwords frequently enough, but I see that you do something here that protects something that could be at risk. Why the King of Cups? I do feel like you're also going to see someone for who they really are in February. There's this attempt to be kind of like elusive and secretive, wear a bit of a mask, and I think initially it works. Now this could be a coworker, this could be a romantic, interest, but you end up seeing who they really are because they're not very good at keeping the mask in place. So when you see who this person truly is, make sure that you trust that. You may end up having to make a decision regarding whether or not that person stays in your life, and you got to go based off of what you know. It's going well, thank you. How about yours? And Luis, we also have the Two of Swords and the Tower in the reverse. There's going to be a perception that changes of yours. Now it could easily be talking about this Eight of Swords person who initially you feel like is a good person, and then you're like, I guess I can't trust you. But I feel like it's something different. I feel like this is a decision that you make regarding what you do to protect what's yours. It could even be about like your usage of social media, the friends or the connections that you have family-wise. But it feels to me like February is a focus on getting things like, it's almost like spring cleaning, but for the toxic energy in your life. So make sure you trust the intuition. Y'all talking about ice cream? That's not fair. I want ice cream now. All right. Let's see what else we've got. Hello, user. I don't know, N1? Giovanni's asking, I had a one-night stand. Will she call me back? Yes. Maybe gonna wait for a little bit, though. Why the High Priestess? Does this person have a secret? This person has a secret. This person lied to you about something, so be cautious. Is this person gonna contact you? Yes, I think so. But it might be better to keep this as a one-night thing. We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. The High Priest in the reverse. I don't think this person's signal. I said that weird. I don't think this person is available, okay? I think they're in a relationship. I would not encourage further interaction. feel like this is someone who travels a lot, their partner. Yep, got the World, Six of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. So this person may reach out if you get some weird vibes, if you get some sense that there is dishonesty here, or, you know, ooh, I don't know about that. Trust your gut. I'm going to tell you right now, if you get further involved with this person, you're going to have a run-in with somebody you don't want to have. I feel like this is somebody who would get aggressive. And I don't think you want to deal with that, because we got the Hierophant in the reverse. So, yeah, I would be very cautious. Hello, Giddy Up. How are you doing? And good luck, Giovanni. I'm a part-time lover. That's fair. All right, let's see. Where are we at? We're at 40 minutes. I'm going to look for... Okay. Spiritual healer. I got you. This is the Morgan Greer. What does spiritual healer need to know about current love situation? So, love situation, Justice in the reverse, King of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Cups. Well, it feels to me like there is someone here that is very much so worthy of your consideration in the love department, but may not be your usual, like, physical type. So, with Justice in the reverse, this is saying, do not judge too quickly. Because I feel like this is like, well, like I could be attracted. I'm a little attracted, but like I'm not like making a beeline for it. But when you get to know this person more, you know how sometimes the personality can like make somebody less attractive or more attractive? Then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I didn't know you had that in you. You are great. You are captivating. I feel like there's this shift where you have so much more in common, or the personality is so on point that you're like, you just got like 5 times hotter. But there's a risk with the Magician in the reverse that you're going to be like, next, like the first 30 seconds. I'm not saying you have to be with somebody that you find repulsive. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just feel like you might kind of overlook this person. But the reality is, this is somebody who could make you very happy, and I do feel like you would be attracted to them if, you know, if you weren't too focused on, like, I'm just going to say it could be, you got to be 6 feet, and this person's 5'11", but you're missing out. You know what I mean? Not your usual type, but you would end up being very happy with this person. Hello, just out of reach. How are you doing? All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you are able to. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.